Okay, a little bit of an introduction here, okay? Let's go back a little bit.
How did this come on our radar?
I mean,
There
look.
was a debate on Twitter, remember, about the Uyghur thing?
Yeah, there was a debate about the Uyghurs, and this guy crops up because this guy, by the way, we can call him a gray monkey because he's an old white monkey.
Sure.
He is so embedded in Chinese state media and all of that kind of stuff. He's literally just a go-to guy if you're looking for this type of somebody who's, I don't know, old and
It's the type.
Yeah.
Chinese government loves like older, thin, white guys. Because it's it means that you're an authority on something.
Yeah, so if you want somebody who you can put up there and say, oh, we need someone to look like he's got an opinion that matters, they choose this guy. Complete loon, by the way, completely loony.
Well, that's because there was no Tiananmen Square massacre. It's a lie!
And I think this video proves it, because he put out a video, well, state media put out a video. State media put out a video.
Tea House is Chinese state media.
Yeah, Tea House is one of their amplifier channels. They put out this thing about like why the Xinjiang Uyghurs are not oppressed or whatever.
Yeah, it's genocide denial propaganda.
This is a genocide denial video, but for some reason he decided that he's going to use like fables.
He did that, or the script writers did.
But okay, we're just going to play the clip for you, and then we're going to analyze it because it bears analyzing.
Yes.
So let's take a look. Okay, clean video. Let's do it.
Once upon a time, there was an evil bad wolf in charge of Xinjiang's Uyghur Muslims. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, Goldilocks. We don't care about your happiness. Enter our story, the clever scorpions. Well, now this is the scorpion who promised to give the frog a ride across the stream. Except in the middle of the stream, the scorpion stung and killed the frog anyway. Santa Claus told a little boy the sky is blue, and the researcher in the scorpion said, wait, Santa Claus isn't real, therefore the sky isn't blue.
Yeah. So
what?
So I think we need to try to break this down a little bit, okay? Because this is supposed to be someone whose opinion is intellectual or is supposed to have some clout, right? But
so this is a Chinese government shill, right?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Okay, and he's a senior citizen fellow of some or other think tank nonsense, which is just CCP meddling nonsense. Okay. So anyway, once upon a time, okay? Let's see what he says. Once upon a time,
there was an evil bad wolf in charge of Xinjiang.
There's a big bad evil wolf in charge of Xinjiang's Uyghur Muslims.
So this is genocide denial propaganda.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of this is he basically tries to prove a point that, like, it's not real or something, okay? You can watch the full thing. It's very easy to find.
Yeah.
You can go watch it, and it makes no more sense if you watch the full video.
No. When I browsed through it, you're showing me. It's almost if it's worse.
But I just wanted to show like how absolutely pathetic this nonsense is. Okay.
Uyghur Muslims.
Right.
Huff and I'll.
He says, "I'll huff and I'll puff.
Puff and I'll blow your house down, Goldilocks."
I'll
What's
huff
up with
and
this
I'll
smug look.
I don't know, but okay. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, Goldilocks. So at first, you know, you're like, whatever, he's just saying some news. And then I was like, hang on a second. Goldilocks has nothing to do.
Three bears.
Yeah, has nothing to do with the big bad wolf blowing down a house.
What?
Goldilocks went to the three bears' house and ate porridge and shit.
Not the wolves and the three little pigs.
No, so I mean, okay, he can't even get a very basic children's story right. He's mixing them up. The three little pigs and the three little bears, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay? And then it gets better.
We don't care about your happiness. Enter our story.
Okay.
Why is there scorpions now?
Now we all know the Aesop's fable, okay?
What is this?
Okay, there's an Aesop's fable, and it's used in China a lot. They use the snake thing and they use this scorpion frog thing. Now in the Aesop's fable, it's all about a scorpion that wants to cross the river, and he asks the frog for a ride, and the frog's like, "No, you're a scorpion," and he's like, "No, don't worry, I'll behave," or whatever. So then the scorpion rides on the frog's back, and then he still, because it's in his nature, he still stings the frog, and then they both die. Right. So it's kind of like a fable, as in don't trust bad people. Yeah. Kind of like this dude. So the thing is, he says, enter our story of the clever scorpions, plural, by the way.
Okay, there's more than one now.
Yeah, but like then immediately though, let's take a look. From plural, it's to
the clever scorpions. Well, now this is the scorpion.
This is a scorpion. So he went from plural to singular. Okay. But hang on, it gets better, because maybe you didn't pick up on this part, right?
Wait, so just to refresh, the Aesop's Fable is a frog that lets a scorpion ride on his back to cross the
Yes.
river, and then it stings the frog.
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct. So because frogs swim and scorpions don't.
Sure.
Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So let's see what he says. This is a scorpion who promised to.
Who promised to give the frog a ride across the stream.
What? There's round 2.
Can you imagine the scorpion trying to swim with a frog on its back?
What is this
Dude.
story? I grew up with that story. This is very confusing to me to see it flipped on its head.
You know, I think what's happened here is that this old fellow, the senior citizen fellow, he has gobbled up all of the fairy tales that the CCP tells him.
There is no forced labor of the Uyghurs. You know how you know it? Mario told you so. You can take it to the bank.
Yeah, because they
And
always
so-
get it wrong.
Well, I mean, just the fairy tales about everything, all
Yeah,
their
like-
propaganda, they are fairy tales, you
Yeah,
know?
they are.
He's gobbled it up so much that it's mixed everything up in his head.
It's
Okay.
so bad.
But then the part that we can understand that he's, had a senior moment and
Sure.
he's mixed up the 3 bears and the 3 pigs, whatever. I guess that
Okay,
can happen to
whatever.
anyone,
Goldilocks,
right?
yeah.
Goldilocks and the big bad wolf, living in the same.
glaring
It's
error.
just so bad. And then the thing about like mixing up the frog and the scorpion.
Okay.
Maybe again senior moment, but okay. What is this next garbage? Because this is the part I can't figure out.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
what is this? Okay, let's play this next part.
Except in the middle of the stream, the scorpion stung and killed the frog anyway. Santa Claus told a little boy the sky is blue, and the researcher in the scorpion said, wait, Santa Claus isn't real, therefore the sky isn't blue.
What?
I don't know where he's getting.
You showed me the whole thing. It doesn't make any more sense in the full version.
No, because whatever this analogy he's trying to make about Santa Claus telling the little boy the sky is blue, it means nothing. Okay, it means absolutely nothing.
What?
I mean, for those of you who want context, what he's trying to say is that the scorpion /scorpion who gives a frog a ride on its back.
Right.
Okay, the champion swimmer scorpion, right?
Yeah. Michael Phelps of the Scorpion
Michael
world.
Phelps of the scorpion world, okay? And the worst frog in the world because he can't swim, okay? This piece of shit
wicked
frog.
regarded
He's just
frog.
like a frog who's like desiccated, desiccated frog who can't move his legs, okay?
Back in my day, I could
exactly.
swim.
Kind of like him. Anyway, what he's trying to say is that the scorpion /scorpions is like Western media, basically
Yeah.
trying to say that.
I got that part.
Yeah, he's trying to say that like the Xinjiang genocide and all that stuff, you see. And then the researcher that he talks about is Adrian Zenz, but he can't say it in the video because you're not allowed to say that name.
Yeah,
so
so-
he says like, oh, and there's a researcher who is not even important to say his name.
Just prefacing here, Adrian Zenz has done a lot of the work to expose the genocide.
Yeah, the
in
genocide,
Xinjiang.
yeah.
So they're trying. This whole point of this video is the Chinese government hired a white monkey shill.
Yes, gray
And-
monkey.
A gray monkey, sorry. Gray monkey shill.
Yeah.
I'm fairly new to this guy.
Sure.
And cursory research shows that he's done a lot of gigs for them all over the board. Like from America caused the virus or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's America's fault for perpetuating violence around the virus or something like that.
Oh, yeah, man,
All
this-
the way down to Uyghur genocide
This
denial.
guy writes like dime store books for Amazon and publishes them. So it's
yeah.
like China's better than the US and
that kind of stuff.
That kind of
so
nonsense,
the
yeah.
kind of person that's lived in China too long
I'm in China 21 years.
and kind of has chosen the path of being like a shill for Chinese state media. And the problem is people like this, they're naturally kind of egotistical people, almost narcissists.
almost.
Told you. When Mario tells you something, you can take it to the bank because I know what I'm talking about.
Very
I think it's a
narcissistic.
plain, clear example of a narcissist.
Sure.
We are the experts.
But what happens is the Chinese government, authoritarian governments, they use someone like that as some sort of figurehead or something that person craved back home. They wanted
Yeah.
to be an authority figure, but it never worked out.
Sure.
So you go to China and you get this position of authority. They're quoting you. You're a fellowship of the ring.
Senior citizen fellow.
You're a CEO chairman. You're a scholar. You're
Yes.
all these things.
Sure.
You're all of these titles, and you just walk home like head held high, and you can see in his mannerisms too.
He'll be like, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, Goldilocks.
And he's like, yeah, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah.
that's the reaction.
Yeah, he's too full of himself. The fact that he got these very basic things mixed up and messed up shows you that everything that he talks about's garbage.
Yes.
If you can't basic general knowledge that everybody knows. Every child in the world knows about the Three Little Pigs and Goldilocks.
Yes.
Everyone who knows Aesop's fables knows that a frog does not ride on a scorpion's back.
Yes.
But he's saying it with the full confidence.
Yeah. So the only reason I know a little bit about this guy.
Yeah.
Is because there was a friend of ours.
He threatened to sue someone.
He threatened to sue him because he like made fun of one of his state appearances. So get ready for a bullshit lawsuit from him.
I mean, the thing is, if that does happen, it's going to be a huge dog and pony show, and it'll be quite interesting and fun to put it on here. So yeah, just saying.
Anyway, this dude, hilarious foible here.
Yeah.
And the reason that we pointed this out is you were on, both you and I were on Twitter the other day.
Yeah.
And it's important to know the genesis of this.
Yeah.
Somebody said something about Uyghurs.
Uyghur genocide.
And this guy, and again, I didn't really follow, I didn't know he has a YouTube channel, right?
Oh, he's got lots of stuff. He's got everything.
But he goes on, and I was doing research about this tea house thing.
Yeah.
This amplifier channel.
Yeah,
and
if you can see the logo up in the top corner.
I got excited.
That is state media.
Because in his response to like saying some Uyghur genocide denial thing on Twitter, I saw this tea house thing on that video, and I go, that's exactly... I was doing research about this because I'm looking at amplifier channels that don't get state labels on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out how are these propaganda arms of the Chinese government operating on YouTube without state labels, right? Without saying, this is part of the Chinese government, right? This one's not.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait a minute, this is just from Chinese state media.
It is, because you find the same video
it's the same video on
state media.
CGTN, on Xinhua, and all these like state media outlets. And he posted this video as a response about proof that there's no Uyghur genocide. And I was shocked. I was shocked that this was his proof.
I think we have to listen to it one more time because it's a very good fable.
There was an evil bad wolf in charge of Xinjiang's Uyghur Muslims. Huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, Goldilocks.
You know what? I think state media might have something else to say about this.
What's that?
Wow, so good.
Just saying, I'm just saying, you know. Again, it's fascinating to see just exactly how low China stoops when it comes to finding its figureheads and its propagandists, right? And again, if you're going to disprove yourself, make very simple, basic mistakes, because that means your take on Xinjiang. The fact that he thought the frog was on the scorpion's back, you could take everything he says and put it the other way around.
Yeah.
There's no concentration camps or genocide in Xinjiang. He actually means there are.
There are.
You know?
Yeah.
Everything's opposite.
It's flipped, right?
Yeah.
Clever.
Exactly.
Don't
Anyway.
give him too much credit. Anyway, I wanted to bring that up because the whole Twitter thing about that, because he probably is going back watching this video and still thinking that's how the fables work.
Because it was a Uyghur activist who posted something about the Uyghur genocide, and he replied to that Uyghur activist with this video as proof.
That's what I was.
He's like, "You're just
about.
talking nonsense. Watch my video."
Right.
And that was like yesterday, day before, or something. And we're like, "That's definitely not proof. All that proves is that you're a loony." I'm sorry, but like,
We don't care about
this
your
is- this one
happiness.
was good.
Enter our story. The clever
Why were people calling
scorpions.
him
Well, now
Pizza
this is
Boy,
the
by the
scorpion
way?
who promised to get.
I don't know, something about him running a pizza shop before he went to,
I'm
to China.
way behind on this one.
Yeah. Anyway.
Give
Anyway.
the frog a ride
Look at
across
the
the
memes
stream.
come flying.
Except in the middle of the stream,
So
Hang on.
the scorpion stung
Hang on.
and
We've
killed
gotta
the
hear
frog
Santa
anyway.
Claus.
Santa Claus told a little boy the sky is blue, and the researcher in the scorpion said, "Wait, Santa Claus isn't real, therefore the sky isn't blue."
the confidence is what gets me.
It's ridiculous.
It's the confidence of being wrong over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It hurts my
In
feelings.
one video to make so many errors.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Because
I'm tired of that.
I mean, I'm so tired of him, and I'm tired of his like absolute nonsensical takes on
The
everything.
coronavirus is 100% under control here right now.